What's up, YouTube? It's the Night Saint here, back with another video. This is chapter 3 of Secrets to Instant Healing. Uh, this chapter is called the Awareness and the Universe. Let us not look back in anger or forward in fear, but around in awareness. James Thurber. The moment one gives close attention to anything, even the blade of grass, it becomes a mysterious, awesome, indescribably magnificent world in itself. First, take a look at figure 1, the material world model on page 9. Start by noting the horizontal line near the bottom of the figure 1. That line represents the division between the phenomenal world of created things and the no thing from which they were created. Above is the infinity of creation, and below is the unbound abode of pure awareness. Pure awareness is one without form. That means it has no boundary that our mind can identify. Our minds work with things that can be recognized by different forms. Minds are the containers for thoughts and emotions. Through our senses, our minds are kept in contact with the material world. We distinguish a bagel from a bullfrog by their differences. They may seem rather simplistic, but the mind's job is to identify different forms, label, and categorize them, and then use them or file them for future use. Pure awareness is one without form. That means it has no boundaries that our mind can identify. Now, this whole process is accomplished by thought, which is by a form. Thoughts and emotions are mental forms. Ideas, beliefs, hopes, and philosophies are an ensemblage of thoughts around a central theme, much as a chair is an ensemblage of molecules around the idea of supporting you sitting in a position. Thoughts. The material model is a chair, it's a molecule, it's an atom, a subatomic particle, and a wave. And then this 0 point, the vital force, then this E feeling, then this right below that is pure awareness. It's implicit order, nothing, unexpressed love, non-experience. I'm gonna show a picture of it on the video too. So, are not as tangible as material objects, but they are objects nonetheless. The point here is that all things in the universe are individual and unique. Each object is separated and identified by its unique form. Below the horizontal line, we find that pure awareness has no form. Think of it as a blank page on which the words are to be written. Awareness is formless, unbounded, undifferentiated, and pure. It is one without a second. Because pure awareness is formless, it cannot be recognized by our minds. No matter how hard you try, you will not be able to understand awareness. Neither will you be able to control or manipulate it. It does not exist as a thing. So far as your mind is concerned, it does not exist, but it does. Damn. I already got a headache and I'm trying to think about this. And of course, it's not going to work because you can't think about this type of stuff. It's like, in a way, it's like it's riddles, but it's like it's not a riddle. It's like, I don't know. When I do the next chapter, like I said, I'm going to give it some time before I do the next chapter, but I'm really thinking about it hard and really try to let the answer come to me. So here is the task we must have ahead of ourselves. We must find something with no form or substance. Then we must come to know this nothing more intimately than we know our own minds. Finally, we must use this unusable non-force to heal ourselves and others. Are you beginning to realize why this knowledge is so secret? This secret exists because we live in our minds, unaware of awareness. Despite a lifetime of experience to the contrary, we believe our minds when they tell us the lasting joys, peace, and love come from things. We fall for the old trick in time and time again. We believe our minds when they tell us that nothing has no value, but it does. I think that's when people be speaking of, it's like the idea of like people hitting rock bottom. Like people look at hitting rock bottom as a negative thing, or like you said, you have nothing. But when you don't have anything, you have everything else. You have everything in the world to gain. In a way, I might be speaking about the wrong thing, but it's like the idea like hitting rock bottom. Like I said, if you're at the bottom, the positive outlook of it is everything is up. So that means you can work your behind up to go up and reach where you need to reach at. So I guess that's what he's speaking of. It's like the idea of anything is possible, right? Just because you can't see it, or it's like I said, it's not manifesting in reality, don't mean it's not possible or they don't exist. Like I said, your thoughts, of course, like I said, no thought is really original, but it comes out of pure awareness. Like I said, it's not there, and then it pops up there. And I think that's really what it's speaking to, is that a lot of things that, a lot of great inventions that we had, they wasn't always the inventions that they were. Like I said, eventually or before, they was just pure awareness, waiting to be molded and sculpted to a certain function. And that's really what I believe they are talking about right here. So that's literally what I was talking about. Pure awareness has no boundaries. So there is nothing that can change about awareness. That kind of nothing lasts forever. All other things, which means all of creation, change, eventually cease existing. Change is the only constant in the created realm. The instant a thing is created, it begins the journey of extinction. Pure awareness never changes. It never dies. It is the field of undying love and unbounded peace. So here's the kicker. Everything that has form comes out of formless, pure awareness. Like I was speaking about, everything that has been invented has came out of pure awareness. Like there's no way around it. Don't ask me how it is. It just does. Out the womb of pure awareness is spun the web of creation. Quantum physics has discovered the realm of pure awareness, theoretically at least. David Bohm, one of the foremost theoretical physicists of his generation, identified an unbounded whole in which is contained an implicit order. This is not to be confused with zero-point field or the quantum state, which is the lowest energy state of a particle or object. The state that Bohm is referring to has no energy. Plainly stated that this field contains the stuff of creation silently waiting to become a form or energy. So what Bohm is telling us is that everything comes from nothing. He is saying that I'm making a bit of an inductive leap here. Creation springs out of the nothing of pure awareness. You will actually experience this later on when you learn how to stop thinking, then watch your thoughts materialize again out of nothing. Now let's turn your eye back towards the phenomenal creation found above the horizontal line. Everything in creation expresses two qualities, order and energy. Let's use the chair. Sit in the chair to demonstrate this point. What do you call your chair? It's actually energy in the form of a chair. We know it exhibits energy because your chair keeps the derriere in the air. They talking about blood of poetry, don't you? In order for the energy or order equation, it is stressed by a form of your chair. So it doesn't matter if we refer to stars or atoms, amobas or zebras, everything is energy and form. The most basic created form is the wave. Just because the wave and pure awareness are, just before the wave and just after pure awareness on the creation hierarchy, you will find a zero-point field or quantum state. I add this tidbit for those who are familiar with quantum theory and want to appreciate more fully my position. If you are oriented more towards the healing sciences, this basic level of creation is often referred to as the vital force, which breathes life into the organic existence. A wave is infinite, stretching out endlessly. Where waves overlap, they create subatomic particles. When the particles become more compact, they become atoms. Atoms huddle together to form molecules, and molecules arrange themselves in physical forms like chairs and flowers and cars. In our energy order hierarchy, the more tangible the order of a thing is, the less energy it expresses. Your chair is pretty solid compared to a subatomic particle. Subatomic particles are slippery little feathers. Slippery little guys. I don't know why I said feathers. I meant fellas. If you know the exact location of a subatomic particle, you don't know how fast or in what direction it's moving. Likewise, if you clock its exact speed, you won't be able to find it. My kids were like adolescent subatomic particles right around tour time. If they were in motion, a necessary quality for If they were in motion, a necessary quality for completing chores, you couldn't find them. If you could define their exact position, i.e. on the couch in front of the TV, you couldn't get them moving. Looking back, it is amazing how many physics concepts my child had mastered, like inertia, entropy, and particularly Heisenberg's uncertainty principle, I owe them a lot. Okay, let's get back to the idea of energy and matter. Each subtler level of creation contains more energy. At the present gross material level, the energy of material sitting is proportional weight. At the subtler molecular level of material, we will find more available energy. If we rearrange this molecules, say by setting it on fire, we can release a good deal more energy in the form of heat and light. If you want to release even more energy from the material, we go to atomic level. And if we know how to split atoms of a material, we can release a huge amount of energy in many forms. I don't know any workaround harnessing the power of subatomic particles, but I do know of the technology that utilize solar wave energy. This is the common abode of energy healer, and we explored this interesting on our way to learn how to heal without energy. Let me ask you, have you ever run out of thoughts? I don't think so. One thing we can say about thoughts is from our first breath to our last, they're always there. If thoughts are our energy and we never run out of them, then it stands to reason that the source of thoughts is an inexhaustible source of energy. It also stands that we might benefit greatly if we could tap directly into the source of thought. It turns out that uncovering the source of thoughts has a definite and overwhelmingly positive healing influence on physical ailments, personal relations, financial success, emotional fitness, and yes, even our love life. Every aspect of your life is wonderful, transformed when we simply become aware of where it is all begins. And what would be even our present companion, pure awareness. Alright, so we saw that the more refined levels of the material world yield more energy. But where did all the energy come from? By now we know it comes from pure awareness. Creation, by definition, is the movement of energy in some organized or orderly way. Here we need to understand a vital point. Pure awareness is the source of energy without being energy. That means that it does not move. It has the potential to create, but it hasn't done it yet. Neither does it have form. You can say that the pure awareness is perfection waiting to express itself. Now you may be thinking, where is he going with all this? I'm glad you asked. If you want to play solely in the relative field of life, by all means enjoy yourself. But if you want the greatest power, the most perfect order, you must contact the source of all knowledge, pure awareness. There are thousands of healing modalities to tap into, various levels of life. Bodywork, chiropractic are effective on the gross physical level. Herbs and medications work on the molecular level. Acupuncture and energy healing work with the subtle energy waves. None of these healing forms are designed to draw out energy from the source of creation. This book will teach you the science of healing from awareness. I call this process the quantum entrainment. Remember, pure awareness is the source of energy and order. When you perform QE, you are drawn from the purest, most important existence available. When you use quantum entrainment, you will not be doing the healing. Awareness will. What more? You will be healed along with the people you are helping. Talk about a win-win relationship. All right, that's the end of the chapter. I like that chapter. I can see they about to go roll right into the next chapter and really start getting to the nitty gritty, getting into it. So, yeah, stay tuned for the next chapter. If you like it, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all later. Thank you.